So, last time we were with Rolo and Victus as they headed to the armory. Today we're gonna go with Ronz and also Bark. Now, Ronz and Bark had a much longer trip to get to the bridge. With the power out, there was obviously no lifts or anything they could use, so they ended up having to basically walk and climb their way there. It took them about, 5 odd hours. In game, obviously, it's just they jumped there, but I tell them the travel time. Now, when they get to the bridge, there's a point where they come across to the one side is the captain's ready room, and then straight on is the bridge itself. Now we'll go with Ronz first, who went into the captain's ready room. So, Ronz goes in through the door on the right. Now, Ronz is greeted by a quite nice room, big, a nice table, chair set up, little desk at the back, some pictures on the wall, big vibro sword, on the wall as well. And there's a terminal on the desk. Now Ronz instantly goes over to the terminal and starts trying to break into it and find out what was going on, what were they transporting, sort of thing. So Ronz plugs in and manages to go through a couple of broken data files and finds out that the reason this ship was so important was that they'd actually managed to capture a Sith. And this is before Sith were common, this is before the Jedi even existed. This was just Sith, so this was a big deal. And they had got that Sith in a medical induced coma, in basically medical stasis. They've ever played KOTOR 2, it's the sort of thing you wake up in on that game at the very beginning. Now they're just transporting her from where they captured her to basically the Systems Alliance, so that they can try and work out what's going on with the Force, and maybe even start, using it themselves. I know this isn't actually canon for Star Wars. I'm making it up as I go along with the kind of backstory stuff, I think, because otherwise they know what's going on. I made this very clear to them at the beginning. This isn't exactly Star Wars. This is my version of Star Wars. So, anyway, there's this really large flash of light, and suddenly Ronz sees in front of her, just casually walking around, not even acknowledging that Ronz is there, what she assumes is the captain, he assumes it's the captain. Again, missing his right eye and looking very zombified. And he seems to be in a heated debate with someone. She can't quite work out what they're saying. Their voices are very muffled, very, almost like hearing someone through a wall, shouting, that sort of thing. And then Ronz realises that suddenly Ronz is female and a Twi'lek woman. Ronz is very confused by this. Ronz is very disturbed by this. Bark heads into the bridge before Ronz, when they split up. Now, the second the door shuts behind Bark has this brilliant flash of light that blinds Bark temporarily, and then as his eyes adjust, suddenly he's on a fully functioning fully functioning bridge, powers on, there's staff at the terminals, everyone looks fine. It looks, for all intents and purposes, like a functioning ship with crew. And what Bark thinks is the captain is there, and he looks over and it's like, the captain's like, what? Who the hell are you? How did you get on our ship? What the hell? Guards! Arrest this beast! Because at this point, the idea is that Wookiees haven't been discovered. So, Bark is freaked the fuck out by this, really doesn't understand what's going on. Is just desperately trying to beg, just say I'm okay, I'm not a bad guy, I just got on the ship. And none of them can understand him. He's just because they can't speak Wookiee. So Bark is not having a nice day. The guards themselves then grab Bark, by the arms to drag him to the brig. Ronz leaves the captain's quarters as now a Twi'lek, still in the derelict version of the ship. And she now enters the hallway, or he, for intended purposes, enters the hallway where Bark and Ron split up, when in the other world, because I'll make it obvious, it is another world, Bark is dragged through the same hallway that Ronz is currently standing in, but Bark doesn't see Ronz. Bark sees a completely functioning, very clean, very pristine ship. Ronz, on the other hand, sees a very dead-looking, missing young one-eyed Wookiee who resembles his friend Bart being dragged through a hallway by two unknown ghostly apparitions of ancient soldiers. And that's where we'll leave it today. I hope you enjoyed that. Have a great day today. And, you know, try out these games. If you ever get a chance, you should really jump at the chance to try out these games. They're really good fun.